Good morning, students. My name is Mandeep Singh, and I'm your SST teacher. And I'm teaching in a California Public School, Kukurana, ICSE board. And once again, good morning. And I hope you all are fine and staying at home and staying blessed. So today I'm going to deliver a lecture on medieval Europe. Okay, this is your second chapter of history of 7th class, and I hope you will understand this chapter in a well way, and you can understand each and everything of this chapter, right? So now the second chapter name is medieval Europe. Okay, so in the previous, or I can say in the first chapter, you have learned that it starts from 5th century and ends at 15th century, right? Ends at 15th century. Okay, so when it started, medieval Europe, okay, medieval period, when it started in Europe, then there was a fall of Roman Empire. Okay, and when it ends in 15th century in Europe, and that time there is a age of discovery. So number of discoveries made in this period. Okay, like that's why the industrialization has started in this period. Okay, now this was the starting and ending of medieval period in Europe. Now, so today we will learn that how was the decline of Roman Empire. So behind the decline, or behind the finishing of the Roman Empire, there's a number of reasons. Okay, so but firstly, Roman Empire uh, grown so fast in 285 CE. So Roman Empire grown so fast and up to the 285 CE. So in 285 CE, the Roman Empire grown so fast in the number of countries of Europe. Okay, it also occupied the number of countries of Europe in 285 CE. So it grown so fast. Okay, when something is growing so fast, so it is very difficult to cover up it, or very difficult to control it, right? So similarly happened with the Roman emperor, right? When it grown so fast, that time the area of the Roman Empire also has increased, right? So it is very difficult to govern. Okay, and after that Diocletian, who was the Roman Empire from 284 to 305 CE, born in 284 and died in 305 CE, and he also born in Croatia. So Croatia is a European country, right? So when Diocletian was the emperor of the Roman Empire, right, he divided the Roman Empire. Okay, so he divided the Roman Empire into two parts. First is known as Eastern Empire, second is known as Western Empire. Okay, so one thing is more, please keep in your mind: Diocletian, born in 284 in Croatia and died in 305 CE. Okay, when he was the ruler of the Roman Empire, he divided the Roman Empire into two parts. First is known as Eastern Empire, and second is known as Western Empire. Then Eastern Empire was controlled from Byzantium. Okay, this is also a city or capital of Eastern Empire. Eastern Empire was controlled from Byzantium, and Western Empire was controlled or governed from Rome. Okay, now in present day, this is the capital city of Italy. Now, so this this two parts system, which was introduced by Diocletian, worked very well up to the 313 CE. So in 313 CE, in 313 CE, Constantine, also known was the ruler of the Roman Empire. Okay, Constantine I, also known as Constantine. Okay, so he was born in 306 and died in 337 C. Sorry, he was ruled the Roman Empire in 306 C and up to the 337 CE. So Diocletian, we also see here, Diocletian, who divided the Roman Empire into two parts, Eastern Empire and Western Empire. So now Constantine reunite the Eastern Empire and Western Roman Empire up to 313 C. Sorry, CE. Okay, so he reunited the Roman Empire, which was divided by the Diocletian into two parts, Eastern Empire and the Western Empire. So he reunited in 313 CE. Okay, so now he did not only reunite the Roman Empire, right? He also changed his capital and moved to Constantinople, right? And this city today is known as Istanbul. Okay, Istanbul, Istanbul, and this is present day in Turkey, right? So, firstly, Diocletian divided the Roman Empire into two parts, Eastern Empire and Western Empire. But in 313 CE, when there was king of Roman Empire was Constantine, and he reunited the Eastern Empire and the Western Roman Empire. Okay, Constantine, also known as Constantine I, right? And it also moved his capital to the Constantinople. It is situated in Istanbul. This is also known as Istanbul, and this is now present day in Turkey in Europe, right? So now, after after Constantine, so there was a Theodosius, king of Roman Empire, right? Theodosius, also known as Theodosius the Great, right? He was born in Spain, right? So Diocletian born in Croatia, right? But Theodosius born in Spain, and he ruled from 347 CE to 395, right? So in the 5th century, rise of Roman Empire. So Theodosius, sorry, I want to say again that Theodosius the Great, born in Spain and ruled from 347 CE to 395 and reunited the Roman Empire. Sorry, I forget. Reunite the Roman Empire. Okay, so reunite the Roman Empire. Firstly, Diocletian divided the Roman Empire into two parts, Eastern Empire and Western Empire. After that, Constantine reunited the Eastern and Western Roman Empire. But after that, Theodosius again divided the Roman Empire into two parts, Eastern Empire and Western Empire, right? So when there was a 5th century, okay, so that time the rise of fall of Roman Empire has started. So there are a number of reasons behind this. So we will examine these all the reasons and please understand carefully, right? Now, firstly, the one of the most factor of the fall of Roman Empire is barbarian inventions, right? Barbarian as the uncivilized people or wild, right? These are just living in groups, various groups, such as groups the Goths, the Vandals, Franks, and the Lombards, right? These all are the uncivilized peoples groups. So that's why these all are known as the barbarian. So barbarian, uncivilized people or wild, right? They are living in groups. The name of the groups are like just like Goths, Vandals, and Franks and Lombards, right? These and these are also known as barbarian, but these are also known as Germanic groups. Okay, Germanic groups. So, firstly, barbarian, uncivilized people or wild, right? Then these are also known as Germanic groups. Okay. Now, these wild groups always attacked to the Roman Empire time to time, right? They invaded the Roman Empire, right, from the various sides, not from the only one side. They just attack on the other sides to the Roman Empire. So it is quite hard. It was quite hard for the Roman Emperor to maintain peace in the whole empire, right? So next, right? So after that, barbarian people or the Germanic groups not only invaded the whole Roman Empire, they also looted the Rome, which is the capital city, okay, and which is the capital city of Western Empire, right? So right, so they occupied the major provinces. There was some the Roman Empire was divided into number of provinces, and the most major and the most important provinces always occupied by the Germanic groups or the barbarian peoples. Okay, after that they established post Roman kingdoms, right? Then the barbarian, these Germanic groups or barbarian people established a number of little kingdoms, and these are also known as post-Roman kingdoms in the Roman Empire. Okay, say they established a number of little kingdoms, and these are known as post-Roman kingdoms. Okay, so now these are also known as barbarian kingdoms. Understand? Now, so in what happened in 476 CE? Okay, in this century or in this year, Germanic leader or the leader of the barbarian kingdoms or barbarian people, the Germanic leader Odoacer, right, overthrew the Romulus Augustus, right? Romulus was the Roman emperor that time. So Odoacer overthrew the Romulus or defeated the Romulus and occupied over the Roman Empire, right? So from this time 476 CE, so there is a started the Roman Empire started to fall, right? So that's why the 5th century is known as the fall of the Roman Empire. Okay, so this is the barbarian inventions which were the main reasons of the fall of the Roman Empire, right? Now, so there are also some economic conditions, right? Economic conditions. Okay, so economic conditions also responsible to fall of the Roman Empire, right? So in economic conditions always related to money, right? So always related to trade, agriculture, etc. So in economic conditions, there was a decrease in agriculture. Okay, number of wars like barbarian inventions like fought there, and the impact of these wars directly influenced the production of agriculture, right? So agriculture production decrease in that time, and when the production is less, then there is a sharp increase in the prices. So as a result of a decrease in agriculture, there was a sharp rise in prices. The prices of goods and products is increased. Okay, and after that, to cover up uh, uh, to to cover up the whole situation, like in the decrease in the agriculture, right? So kings started to producing more coins. Kings started to producing more coins to cover up the whole decrease in agriculture, to trade, or and other economic condition. They started to producing more coins. When a country started to produce more coins according to their natural resources, wealth, right? So then these countries always face inflation. So inflation is, there is a sharp rise in the prices of goods. Due to these reasons, so that's why economic conditions were worst in that time, and these were the main reason of the we can say in the decline of the Roman Empire, right? So now political conditions. So political conditions were also worst in that time. So Roman people Roman people saw 25 emperors in 47 years. This is a very bad thing for the Roman Empire, right? In a little time. So they did not do anything for the people. Okay, the all kings. They just fought with each other for the Roman Empire. Now, so these unstable political conditions were also responsible for the Roman Empire. The decline. Okay, and students, I hope you understand this lecture very well. This is the first lecture of chapter second of history of 7th class. And I want to say again, if you did not understand anything, please comment in the message box, and watch this video again and again to understand this lecture. Okay, thank you so much, and for cooperation. Thank you so much.